So devotees might be thinking that what is the meaning? How do we understand the meaning of Mangalacharan? So for informing devotees, I would like to say that we have discussed all these shlokas very thoroughly to the extent I have knowledge. And in Gita class as it is, in the introduction part, so I would request the devotees to hear it at their own time. What is Agyan, what is Timarandhasya, what is the role of spiritual master in removing the ignorance, all these things. We have also made I said a PDF, and also there's a nice kind of presentation has been there with photos and everything. So you can, the link has been provided there, so you can at their own time hear it. So the thing is, do not think that I will be able to teach everything. I mean, as we have heard in Vedic process of knowledge, 25% is the work of the teacher and 75% is the work of the student. So then you'll have to put some effort. If you don't understand something, the lectures are there, you can hear them, and still then you have some doubts, then you can ask me also. This is how then we learn Bhagavad Gita very nicely, is it not? Just like in competition exams also, it's not that teacher is teaching and we don't practice anything. So we also practice and we read and like that. Then we make a better understanding. Okay, so now we're going to start a discussion on Bhagavad Gita, chapter number 2, text number 11. This is now Lord Krishna will speak. Arjuna was saying that nothing can, no, not Arjuna. Sanjay was saying that he sat down, Arjuna sat down, and to the lamenting Arjuna, Krishna spoke. So if the question is, what did Krishna speak? Then the speech is here. So you can speak in the mic, Prabhu. What the Prabhu? Shri Bhagavan Vacha. I think it's switch on the mic. Yeah. Shri Bhagavan Vacha.
Shri Bhagavan Vacha.
Ashocyan anvashocastvam.
Asocyan anvasocantya.
Ashocyan anvashocastvam.
Asocyan anvasocastvam.
Pragyavadanscha bhashase.
Pragyavadanscha bhashase.
Gatasun agatasuncha.
Gatasun agatasuncha.
So the problem is that we are reading English, but actually you have to learn to speak Sanskrit while reading English. Actually, it's a problem with me also. When I read Sanskrit, it is easy for me to pronounce. But anyways, you have to pronounce like this. Gata suna agata sunscha.
Gata suna agata
Sunscha nanusho chanti panditaha.
Nanusochanti pandita.
You have to see that in this diacritics, A with the topi means A, and A with normal A is the Like this, they have to pronounce. Oo is capital, so oo. Like this, they have made. So let us first read the translation. Sorry, the word meanings. So we have to understand the meaning of the word. Shri Bhagavan Vacha is very clear. The Supreme Personality of Godhead spoke. Ashochayan, that means something which is not to be lamented for. Anvashochastvam, tvam means you are lamenting for something which does not need to be lamented for. Is it clear? It's not very difficult. And what is the evidence? What is the result of it? How do you know? It's a pragya vadanscha bhashase. You are speaking as if you are very pragyavan. Vad means speech. So you are speaking as if you have very learned. So as if you are learned means you are not learned, but you are posing yourself as learned. Pragya vadanscha bhashase. Bhashase, pragya vad. A person who has pragya, full of prakristina gya. Pragya. Pragya, you understand? Gya means one who knows, and pragya means one who knows very nicely. So pragya vadanscha bhashase. You are speaking. Bhashase means speaking. Bhashan de rahe. You are giving a bhashan or giving a speech as if you are very learned. You see, it's a chastisement. Because why you're saying I'm saying such nice words? Why are you with a lot of dharma and consideration of dharma? No. Gata sun, gat asu. Asu means life force. Pran samjhte na pran. Ashu means pran. So gat asu means from which the pran has gone away. Agata sunscha. Asu. You see the word? Gata sun, you understood? Gat ashu. Ashu means pran. life force, and gata means from which the life force has gone. And now you just add the word a. Agatasus. Agatasus means from which the life force cannot go away. And cha. So how that Acharya is explained, gatasun means the body which is already dead, the gross body. Agatasun cha, the subtle body which does not get destroyed, which is carried over from one birth to another. And cha means the soul. So for all these three things, a person does not need to lament. Very beautiful meaning has been given by the acharyas. Gatasu, you understand? Gatasu means the life force is never attached to the body. So body is anyhow dead. Agatasu means the subtle body. It doesn't die unless you actually become liberated. And cha means the soul. Soul anyhow doesn't die. So none of these energies are actually have to be lamented for. But still you are lamenting, oh, their bodies will be dead and like that. Na anu shochanti. Shochanti, you understand? Shochanti means lament. Anu shochanti means constantly lament. Anu means constant. And na anu shochanti means they never lament. Very beautiful words are there. Shochanti, you understood? Shochanti means lament. Anu shochanti means lagatar rota rehta, constantly lament. Na anu shochanti means they never ever lament for these things. Neither for the body, neither for the subtle body, and neither for the soul. This is very nice. I was just thinking about it. We'll discuss in the commentary also. As soon as you start thinking that your soul and not the body, what do you have to lament for? What do you possess in this world? Money, fame, or family members? Nothing belongs to us. What do we lament for? Fame or intelligence? We think that we are possessing certain things in this world, but actually we don't have anything in this world. Whatever has been given to us has been given to us by Krishna for time being, and which has to be used for Krishna's service. Does it make sense? Do not lament for anything, because as soon as the heart is filled with lamentation, it is very difficult to focus on bhakti. Do not think it doesn't happen to devotees. I remember I was explaining the whole Golok chart, and after that, please don't take it personally. It is not against some gender or something, but it was really funny. So after explaining the Golok chart, so I said, do you have any question? So when Mataji after the class, she said, Prabhuji, my daughter was coming first earlier. Now she's coming third. And like Mataji, after hearing the whole story of Golok chart, you can only think about your daughter coming first and third. Do you remember in the fourth class what grades you got? No. So what do you worry about so much? What do you worry so much about it? So this is an important point in bhakti, that do not be affected by material upheavals. They will come. Money will be gained, money will be lost, but we should keep our mind steady and focus on Krishna. This is a very important lesson we have to learn from Bhagavad Gita. That don't cry, don't lament on these things. Oh, Prabhuji, my father has died. Oh, Prabhuji, what to do? Oh, Prabhuji, my whatever, even son has died. Is anybody dying? What is the answer? कोई मर रहा है? कोरोना से कितने लोग मरे? एक भी नहीं मरा. And then nobody dies. Subtle body cannot die. The gross body is anyhow dead, and the soul cannot anyhow die. Soul can never die. कोई भी नहीं मरा. We are just changing our bodies. So we should have that knowledge. We should not be lamented. I personally, devotees know, when my father left the body was brought here in Vrindavan. Then I just did the duties, whatever. Agni diya aise kehna chahiye. And then I went and offered lamb to Krishna. Finished. What is the difficulty? I don't know how much that is true. My mother told that she saw my father as going like this. Oh, I'm going now. I'm very happy. Are you happy? I don't know how much that true is. Maybe only her emotions or something. But naturally, when the son is offering lamb to Krishna and Kartik, where will the father go? Father will go back to Godhead. This is a difficulty thinking like this. I am seeing. Is he here? No, he's not here. But he's come. Yes, he's here. I won't name him. Yeah, he raised his hand. So father died, then Japa died? No. You keep on chanting Hare Krishna, your father will be not only father's father. 21 generations will be liberated. You don't worry about it. Don't give up chanting Hare Krishna. Don't give up the practice of Krishna consciousness. Do your duties. Okay? I am again saying it doesn't mean that we do not have affection for people who are around us. But we don't give up our practice of Krishna consciousness because of them. Does it make sense? This is the lesson you have to learn. Devotees are not hard-hearted. Devotees are not cold-hearted. They are more soft than karmis. But it's not that we give up our Krishna consciousness. That is not there. Okay. Panditaha, you understand? A person who is learned, who knows knowledge. The Supreme Personality of Godhead said, while speaking learned words, you are mourning. Mourning means lamenting for what is not worthy of grief. Those who are wise lament neither for the living nor for the dead. Only lamentation which we should have is if they are living and not practicing bhakti. You understand my point? Not that they have left the bodies or they are dead, but why are they not practicing bhakti? And this is actually bona fide. It's mentioned in the higher planetary system. They have no misery. Only thing which they feel sad is when they see us, these human beings, who have the capacity to practice Krishna consciousness and go back to Godhead, and we do not use it. That is the only thing which they lament for. Why these people are not chanting Hare Krishna? That is the mood of a Vaishnava. Everything else, dying or death or not death, is not a point of lamentation. And it's interesting, even this is very important, a devotee should understand. If a person has somehow come in contact with bhakti, finished. You must understand, somehow that he has chanted Hare Krishna, taken prasadam, or read Bhagavad Gita, something. His material life is finished. It's called a beginning of an end. समझते हैं इसका मतलब? It's a beginning of an end. Now Krishna will give him more and more chances. Krishna will not leave him, and he will bring him again to bhakti. Otherwise, if he has no sanskar of bhakti, he cannot come to bhakti. I'll repeat it 2 times. If a person doesn't have sanskar of bhakti, he can never come to bhakti. Again, I'll repeat it. If a person does not have sanskar of bhakti, sanskar means impression, some impression of bhakti, he cannot come to bhakti. That's why Vaishnavas are so much eager for preaching. This is a product. The product of bhakti is only sold through the retailers. It is not. Krishna does not give bhakti directly. Now we are using the marketing language. I'm doing marketing services. Yes. Now you understand, retailers are devotees. Only devotees can help us in becoming devotees. So this is very important. So all of you are devotees. All of us who in the Zoom, all of the devotees here, we should always think, even if a devotee is just thinking, oh, this person should become devotee. This person should become devotee. Maybe not now, but later on they will definitely become devotee by the mercy of the devotee. This is how a devotee should think. Okay, Gita Bhushan commentary. Later on, you can get added to the group, Prabhuji. Then you can see in the phone, or you can use this. You can help Prabhu to see the text in this Gita Bhushan as it is. Gita Bhushan commentary. As Arjuna stood silently, the Lord began deriding his intelligence. So we have the Tushnim Babhuvaha. That was last shloka. Tushnim means silent. Babhuva means he became. So Arjuna became silent. And now Lord is chastising him. So sometimes people say, oh, the spiritual master should only speak sweetly and he should not chastise the disciple. But no. If a person has a boil, so the doctor will press the boil, and it may be painful, but that will remove the poison which is filled up, or the pus which is filled up in the boil, like that. Krishna speaks. I love this picture of Krishna. I don't know how you feel. I just love this picture of Krishna. How do you feel about this? It's beautiful, is it not? Krishna is so young. Krishna is very intelligent. He's on the battlefield, and how beautiful he's looking, even as a warrior. Maybe Krishna will give us one day this darshan. Very nice. I love this picture of Krishna. It's very nice. I will use the word Saumya. You understand? Saumya samajhte hain. Saumya means, how do you say, translate Saumya into gentle. This gentleness and pleasantness of Krishna is manifested in this photo. Very beautiful photo. O Arjuna, you are lamenting. Anvashochaha. For the sons of Dhritarashtra, who are not even worthy of lamentation. Ashochan. How nicely you. I say why I am laughing. See, Dhritarashtra's sons are not the people to be lamented at all. because they are on the path of a dharma. If just like in this in this society also, if the terrorist is killed, nobody laments for him, is it not? All these people were a whole terrorist party who were committing all kind of offenses to the Pandavas. So it's like, so Krishna is saying, the Acharya is saying the meaning, that you are lamenting for Dhritarashtra's son. They are not to be lamented at all. They must be killed. So that's how the Acharya is saying like this. So he's saying Anvashochaha means we are lamenting for people who are not to be lamented. They must be killed. Good for them if they kill like that, killed like this. And you speak words supposedly from wise people, such as, seeing my relatives and friends gathered for fighting, my limbs are weakening. And how can I fight those worthy of worship? This we have already discussed, so we won't discuss much. Arjuna was feeling affection for his family members. But you do not have even a drop of wisdom. Those who are wise do not lament for the gross bodies from which the life heirs have departed. That is the meaning of the word gat asun. I'll repeat again. Asu means prana. Gata means chala gaya pran. You understand? The life ever has passed away. So he said that the people who are wise, they do not lament for the gross bodies. Now, this has been again explained in Bhagavatam. The body which will be, maybe प्रभु can just आप ऑडियो छोड़ दीजिए तो उसका आवाज नहीं आएगा, उसका ऑडियो छोड़ दीजिए, ऑडियो समझ में आ रहा है? Don't join the audio, then it will not hit here. Very nicely explained by and elsewhere in Bhagavatam, that this body which will be eaten either by vultures, or it will be submitted to fire, or it will be eaten by worms. Why should this body not be used for the welfare of others? Are you able to relate to what I'm saying? This body is completely useless. Useless means even now it is impure, like a crematorium. And just one second. Oh, leave it. Leave the meeting. Yes, उनको file खोल के दे दीजिए. Yes, so this body is abominable, like a crematorium. Even now, it is full of pus, stool, and all those things, and water, and all those things are filled up. 75% of the body is water, is it not? This is one thing. And then while living, and when we leave the body, this is sent to ashes. So why, just to maintain this body, one should commit violence to others, which will bring suffering to oneself in the future? Did you get the point? This body is useless. It has no value. So why it should be used to commit violence to others? On the other hand, this body is useless, but after death especially. But if we use this body to serve Krishna, it becomes infinitely useful. समझ रहे हैं ना मेरी बात? This tongue will have no value once we leave the body. But when the tongue is actually engaged in chanting Hare Krishna or speaking about Krishna's glories, we get the blessings, the highest blessings of Krishna. So that is why a devotee is very intelligent. He doesn't lament for this. Only thing again, he laments, oh, I have not served Krishna enough. That you will anyhow lament. No matter how much you serve Krishna, a devotee always dies unsatisfied. Be sure of this. This is the nature of bhakti. The more you do bhakti, you will say, "Arey, kuch ho hi nahi raha hai. I'm not doing anything." There's a nature of bhakti. For that, you have to read Bhagavatamrit. Prabhuji, how we can get this book? Order from us. We'll deliver it to your home. Really, Brihat Bhagavatamrit Part 1, where Naraji is going to various devotees and say, Hanumanji, are you a pure devotee? I'm not a pure devotee. Prahlad Maharaj, are you a pure devotee? No, I'm not a pure devotee. I'm not even a semblance of a devotee. Kuch kar hi nahi raha. I'm not doing anything for Krishna. Like this. But that is a sweet part. But the only thing what we have to understand is Gatasun. Gatasun means the body, the life force has gone away. What do you worry? That will again, Krishna will give this argument later on in this chapter only. Nor for the subtle bodies from which the life heirs have not departed. Agatasun. Because the subtle body doesn't get destroyed and it carries on with the soul. So that is also not to be lamented for. Subtle body means the body which is made from mind, intelligence, false ego. This is called subtle body. Subtle body समझ रहे हैं ना? सूक्ष्म शरीर. Nor for the souls indicated by the word cha. So again, I'll show you the shloka. Uh, Gatasun agatasuncha. So gatasun means gross body from which the life force has gone away. Agatasun means subtle body which doesn't die unless we are liberated. And cha means the soul which anyhow never dies. So for that the Panditas do not lament. Very interesting point. Why a learned person doesn't lament? Because he understands the value of all these or the qualities of all three in proper perspective. वो समझ रहा है तीनों में के गुण क्या है. The body is anyhow dead. The subtle body cannot be made dead or cannot be cut. The mind cannot be cut by anything, and the soul anyhow never dies. So when we understand these three things properly, then we do not lament. Note, agata soon. The life heirs go with the subtle body after death. The life heirs and the subtle body separate from the gross body at death. That is not difficult to understand. I'll explain this. Maybe for new devotees, it is maybe a little difficult to understand. Think about it. Why we are all not born in the family of, what is that, Ambanis? Why we are not born like that? Why our body or face looks the way it is looking now? On what grounds? Why we are born as Mataji? Why we are born as Prabhuji? Those questions you have to ask. We may select our job, we may select our husband, if we think like this, or wife, but can we select our father and mother? No. So if I have not selected and I cannot select, but there has to be someone who's selecting, because we see there is difference in each one of us have being born in a different family with different intelligence, with different other qualities. Make sense to you? So what is happening like that? In this subtle body, in this body, I act in a certain way which leads to impression on my subtle body. What did I speak? Gross body. Just like अभी मैं gross body से कुछ कर रहा हूँ ना. Through my gross body, using my subtle body, I'm doing something from my gross body. And what I do something from my gross body has an impression on my subtle body. Does it make sense? So now, every action I do here in this world, please hear very carefully, every action I do in this world has an impression on my subtle body. And at the time of death, depending on the situation, quality of my subtle body, I get another gross body. Make sense? Subtle body doesn't die unless we practice bhakti. So that's what is mentioned here. This is the meaning. Is lamentation caused by the destruction of the gross body or the destruction of the subtle body? Are you able to understand this? काहे के लिए शोक कर रहे हैं? Are you lamenting for the gross body? The gross body is anyhow dead. And anyhow we know that the gross body has changed for and every 7 years. So that means if a person is of 100 years, let's say 7 9 86. 86-year-old. So he has changed his gross body 9 times. Do you lament? Sham Murari Prabhu, what is your age now? 66. So let us do some equations. 7, 8 63? No. 63? 63. So you have changed your body in this life 8 times. Have you lamented for it? No. It's amazing, isn't it? My age means my body's age, vehicle's age, whatever you can say, is 38. 7 5 to 35. 5 times my body has changed. Have I lamented? So now when 5 times your body has changed and we have not lamented, then why are we lamenting for another change of body at the time of death? I am not talking about devotee or not devotee. Think about it. Even non-devotee is not lamenting his change of body. Does it make sense? This is how Bhagavad Gita makes us think. So why do we lament when there is a final change of body or final change of dress? There is no change. That's why so Pandita. That's why Lord is saying Pandita. A person who's a Pandita who knows about this, he doesn't lament. Again and again. That's why when we hear this, we should make it a point. Don't spend our life earning money only. We should have we should earn that much money only, which we can keep this body and soul together. We are not this body. It's the first instruction which will enter into our heart, mind, heart, whatever you can say. Otherwise, if we are now, the point is the cause of lamentation is, as Shyam Murari Prabhu mentioned, misidentification of the soul with the body. I am thinking I am this body, and that's why I am lamenting. Otherwise, there is no question for lamentation. It is very deep implication in the path of bhakti also. There should be no lamentation because the destruction of the gross body is inevitable due to their very nature. As we have, thus now we give the example, the body is changing constantly. Even now the body is changing. Are your hairs not growing? Yes, our nails are growing, our hairs are growing, something is happening in the stomach. Definitely, probably something is happening in the stomach. I'm feeling very hungry. Especially after a class, I become very hungry. You bore us so much. But definitely something is happening in the stomach also. Constantly something is happening in the body. So what is this? Something which is inevitable. Inevitable means which you cannot avoid. Then why you worry about it? There should be no lamentation for the destruction of the subtle body, since it is indestructible until liberation. This you understand? The subtle body is like a software, and it keeps on. The impressions in the heart, the consciousness are there, and they get cleaned by bhakti. So when there is no material desires, a person goes back to Godhead. He goes back to Krishna. Yeah. But till the time material desires are there, the subtle body is not destroyed, and it keeps on causing us to take birth again and again. So subtle body is not to be lamented for. It is not going to die anyways. So what do you worry? There should be no lamentation for the soul. That is, that the soul was indicated by the word cha, because it is devoid of the six changes and is eternal. What are the six changes? Jayate asti vardhate viparavarnamate apakshiyate vinashyati. Jayate means taking birth. These are the six transformation of the gross body. Asti, being here for some time. Vardhate, growth. Good. Viparanamate, giving byproducts like kids and all that. Or even some insects. Maharaj was making a joke that even the brahmachari is producing so many insects and all this from the body. It has so many worms come out. Apakshiyate means dwindles, and vinakshyati, finished. So these six transformations are the transformation of gross body, and anyhow the soul is not affected by that. Okay, let us see. I read it and explain this. Very nice point. Birth, existence, increase, transformation, decay, and dying. This from Nirukta. Now, you think about it. All of us, don't we remember that we had a child's body at one point of time? And those devotees have gone a little old now. They also remember that you had a young body. Shashikant Prabhu, do you remember? Yes, everybody remembers. I also remember that I had a 19 years old youngster's body. So now, who remembers? If I have changed by the change of body, how can I remember? Just like at 7:30, I was in my room chanting Hare Krishna. Now I am sitting in this class speaking on Bhagavad Gita. So I am seeing a change of environment. Are you able to understand this point? Like Shyam Murai Prabhu, I think few minutes back or something like half an hour back, you were in temple or something. Now you have come here. So you are seeing a change of environment. I was in temple, now I am in class. So the observer has remained same. That's why he can observe a change. These are all very subtle points to be understood. Are you able to understand? The devotees on Zoom? Prabhuji, it seems you speak English, but it doesn't look like. समझ में आ रहा है? Okay, Rudra Prabhu is saying yes. Yes means yes, we have understood that you are speaking English. The problem is we never strain our mind in these subtle concepts. But it's a very important point. All throughout our life, we never feel that we have changed. Gaur Gopal Prabhu, have you ever thought that you have changed? No. We are experiencing the change of our bodies, but we never change. I will not explain it more. This you should at least how to say, there's a guy hoti na, the cow will eat something and then she will do jugali. Similar, think about it. Think about it. Then we will really start attaching value to those things which are valuable. Otherwise, we also will shoka for something which will not to be lamented. I definitely like to speak one example. Okay, what is the color of the sky? What is the color of the sky, my dear devotees? आकाश का कलर क्या होता है? Blue. Very simple answer. Yes. Akasha ko color hota hai. So you see, now Milan Prabhu has become very intelligent. The Akash, the sky has no color, but we attribute blue color to sky. Okay. Similarly, the soul has none of these transformations, but we attribute this transformation to the soul. This is the problem. Otherwise, soul has no problem. Make sense to you? Okay. So this knowledge will give so much relief to the heart which is lamenting. This is it is very very nice. There should be no cause at all for lamentation for those who know the nature of the body and the soul. This we have been discussing. It has been said that there is predominance of Dharma Shastra over Artha Shastra. What was said there? As per Artha Shastra, somebody who kidnaps one's wife or takes one's wealth and all those things, 6 points, they were called Atatai, and there is no point in killing them. But then Dharma Shastra says, Mahinsa Sarva Bhutani, one should not commit violence to anybody. So that time Arjuna has argued in the first chapter, Dharma Shastra is superior to Artha Shastra. Now Lord is saying that maybe so. Yes, you should not perform hinsa. But that Dharma Shastra is refuted by the stronger Jnana Shastra. So you must remember in Shastra also there is classification and there is gradation. One thing is good, but there is a higher instruction, and if you follow the higher instruction, the lower instruction is to be nullified. Just like the son should serve the father and mother. But if son gives up the family to serve Krishna, fine. Then he's doing his highest duty. Make sense to you? Like this. The mistake of thinking worthy of lamentation, those things which are not really worthy of lamentation, is the quality of a fool. This is not suitable to you who are learned. Nanu shochanti pandita. Arjuna has been referred like with very good words, is it not? Gudakeshaha, Parantapaha, Partha. So his lineage has been explained very nicely, and it's not expected of him to speak like this. It's very interesting how one sannyasi was mentioning very nicely, although we preach that we are not the bodies, but we all our life will live as if we are the bodies. Did you get this point? Very nicely put by Prahladanand Maharaj. So how we live like the soul? By rendering devotional service. Just like, although I am in this body, I am acting as soul because I am discussing Bhagavad Gita. When I chant Hare Krishna, I am acting as soul. When I am going for Mangalarti, I am taking prasadam. That means when I engage in Krishna conscious activities, I am acting as soul. Although I am in the body. This is a very great science. Iha yasya harer dasya karmana manasa gira nikhilasu apyavastasu jivan muktasa uchyate. In this world, even if a person is desiring to serve Krishna, what to talk of actually serving Krishna? With body, mind or words, he is to be considered liberated while living. Jivan mukta sa uchyate. Srila Rupa Goswami Pad is saying. This has to be understood. Just like, I give an example, very simple to understand. You have iron. As soon as the iron is coming in contact with fire, so if it keeps on, remain in touch with fire, it is now acquiring the qualities of fire. So if we remain in contact with Krishna through the process of devotional service, we regain our qualities of being fiery. We are fiery, but we just begin quality of being fiery. I'm again, Maharaj says very nicely, Madhavaha, Madhavaha, Madhava. From which Shastra I don't know, but Maharaj quotes very nicely. Don't run, don't run, don't run. Very nice. Why should I not run? Run means, you understand, run means to get money, to get sense gratification. So then it is explained that the dog, wherever it goes by running. But for its own wearing, it doesn't even have underwear. You understand the point? By running here and there, it's not that I'm going to get more money, more sense gratification. Whatever has been fixed by my destiny, I'll get that much only. What is not fixed by my destiny is Krishna consciousness. For that, we have to endeavor. These are all lessons to be learned from this. Lamenting for material loss, we waste our time, which could have been used for hearing about Krishna and chanting Hare Krishna. I hope we are getting the point. Purport. The Lord at once took the position of the teacher and chastised the student, calling him indirectly a fool. How indirectly? Because the words which he was speaking were not the words. He was posing himself as a pandit, but not speaking the words which are being spoken, which are supposed to be spoken by a pandit. Just like say, I am a mathematics teacher. Now let me teach you mathematics. 1 plus 1 is equals to 4. What? You are posing yourself as mathematics teacher and you don't know what is 1 plus 1 is what is 1 plus 1 also. So the basic knowledge of adhyatma, spiritual knowledge is I am not this body. So have we forgotten this? That's what Krishna is saying. The Lord said, hold on. It's not that Arjuna is not knowing it. You must remember this. They have passed 20 years. From 5 years to 25 years in Gurukul. Under the agency of Dronacharya. It's not that Arjuna does not know what is soul and not what is body and what is subtle body. It's not that he's only learning it now in Bhagavad Gita. Are you able to understand this point? Everything was taught to him. So that's why I'm saying, so he's saying, we don't know about soul or what? The Lord said, you are talking like a learned man. But you do not know that one who is learned, one who knows what is body and what is soul, does not lament for any stage of the body, neither in the living nor in the dead condition. So this we have discussed that. As explained in later chapters, it will be clear that knowledge means to know matter and spirit and the controller of both. Means what is matter and what is spirit and who is controlling them is Krishna. It's a beautiful photo being shown here. How after leaving the body, a person takes another body in the womb of a mother and then again goes further and again becomes old and again dies like this. Now, we must ask ourselves how long we want to be in this chakra. Chakra samajh rahe na? That is a question not to be answered to somebody else. That is a question which I have to answer to ourselves. Does it make sense? Acha, if I become a very great IAS officer, will this chakra become stopped for me? No. That's what we have to question. Because this is the real problem of life. This again taking birth, and actually the biggest problem is birth. We suffer like anything for 5 months. Why 5 months? It's 9 months. No. After 4th month, a person comes into consciousness and then he begins to feel the pain of birth. None of us had a happy birthday, which is the first birthday was not happy birthday. Is it not? We don't come and smiling, Mama, Hare Krishna. We don't do that. Nobody does that. Nobody. Only Krishna does it. Krishna's birthday is happy, so we should celebrate. But our birthday is not happy. Maharaj makes a joke out of it. Real funny joke. He says if somebody comes in the jail on a particular day, and every year he celebrates, oh, I came in the jail this day. And so what is the point? It's no point to become happy about. Yes. You people are very pessimistic. No, we are not pessimistic. We are realistic. One more point, Maharaj says the same point, that if somebody invites you for prasadam, and just like Prabhu came tomorrow, said, Prabhu, we go there and the devotees are having prasadam. You go and have prasadam. So yeah, you must have night prasadam. But suppose there somebody beats you up nicely, puts you in a pot of stool, and then you say, Hare Krishna, would you like to have prasadam? No, not again. But it's somehow we are so foolish, we forget this. Even as devotees, you know what happens? When we practice Krishna, don't take it too much heavy, but it's a little heavy point. We are attached to some sense gratification. And our mind says, Are Baba, no problem. I'll take another birth and I'll practice Krishna consciousness. This life I want to not fully surrender to Krishna. I must surrender to Krishna, but not fully. That's how Maya preaches to the devotees. Are bhai, surrender jana hi hai. Thoda baad mein chale jana, isme kya hai? Anyhow, you have to go to the shelter of Krishna. You can go a little later. Just like today, my mind was saying, anyhow, you have to go to Mangal Arati. Just wait for 5 minutes. Then 4 o'clock happened. What is this? Then I said, I thought of Gaur Gopal Prabhu. I said, what will Gaur Gopal Prabhu think? I did not think of what Krishna will think. I said, Gaur Gopal Prabhu just joined and said, what will think this in charge is a lazy boy, a lazy man. So then, I woke up. That's what Maya does every day to us. You should chant nicely. Not today. Tomorrow. tomorrow, like this. This is how it's there. And we forget that our major business is to act as souls so that we go back to Godhead.
Maya suggests.
माया का सजेशन करना है अभी नहीं थोड़ा बाद में ऐसे anyways, so this is how it is there. So we should remember this point. Bhagavad Gita, that's why it's very nice. Arjuna argued that religious principles should be given more importance than politics or sociology, but he did not know that knowledge of matter, soul, and the supreme is even more important than religious formularies. Now you understand? He was giving the argument that Dharma Shastra should supersede Artha Shastra. But now then Krishna is saying, no, Gyan Shastra, which gives the knowledge of Atma, Krishna, and matter, is superior to even Dharma Shastra. So this is what Prabhupada is telling. And because he was lacking in that knowledge, he should not have posed himself as a very learned man. This is a major problem in Kali Yuga. People do not know about God or the science of God, and they will speak a lot about God. That is a major problem. One should hear very carefully and then one should preach. It's my experience many times when I speak something about God, the people in train especially, they begin to teach to me. I said, okay. One time I was telling something about Krishna to some devotees. I think my granny had left her body in Vrindavan, so they had come. That was quite interesting. So one of the relatives began to speak about God. I said, what is your education qualification? I'm a pass out from IIT Kanpur in mechanical engineering. So now if I speak something about fluid mechanics or fluid dynamics, will you speak something? No. Are you able to follow the logic? Now if I say what is fluid mechanics or fluid dynamics, will you say speak something? No, I cannot speak anything. Why? I have not studied. So I said, have you studied anything about God? No. And then why you're speaking? So you see, in material affairs, we say if we do not know anything, then we say, okay, we will not speak. But in spiritual subject matters, everybody speaks as if he is a Brahmagyani. Even to the extent, sometimes some people say, "Arey Vyasdev ne galat likha hai." So a devotee bola ki, "Oh, Vyasdev has spoken wrong." Next time when Vyasdev will write the Bhagavatam, we will say that you please consult this fellow, like this. So, yeah, anybody who is ready to speak something about dharma, about like this. So, कर्म करो, फल की इच्छा मत करो. नहीं, कर्म ही पूजा है. Work is worship. Have you not seen this written on that thing? But you ask them, worship of whom? Worship of your family? Worship of your senses? Or worship of Krishna? So people are so dull, and in spite of their dullness, they speak so many things. As one person was telling me, you are chanting Hare Krishna, but we are chanting all the names of everybody. You are only paying obeisances to Krishna, but we are paying obeisances to everybody. He does not understand by paying obeisances to Krishna as a single window policy. Everybody gets paid for. So this is how people are there. They pose themselves as learned. कुछ नहीं पता रहता है. They don't know anything. The reason they speak is because they know that nobody knows. That's the point. Because they think that nobody knows, there is no standard. Prabhupada will refer to that. There is no standard definition of spirituality. That's why they think, jisko mane sab sahi hai. Anybody will believe anybody, and that is as equal as anybody else. And Srila Prabhupada says in one of the purports, they say everybody is good. But we say, no, we are good and you are bad. You are wrong. Prabhupada says in the purport, we are good, we are right because we are speaking Krishna's words, and you are wrong, you are a rascal because you are speaking like this. So one time somebody asked me, why you are using such heavy words? I said, I am not speaking. Krishna is speaking. What is that? Namam duskritno mudha prapadyante naradhama asram maya pratagyana asram bhavam asrita. I said, I am not speaking anything. Somebody posted a question in YouTube. No, I am not saying any heavy words. I am just repeating Krishna's words. Anybody who is not surrendered to Krishna is a rascal. And I'm not saying, Krishna is saying. We are here to speak the truth, which is spoken by the absolute truth, Krishna. As he did not happen to be a very learned man, he was consequently lamenting for something which was unworthy of lamentation. So this is your understanding. The body is born and is destined to be vanquished today or tomorrow. Therefore, the body is not as important as the soul. One who knows this is actually learned, and for him there is no cause for lamentation regardless of the condition of the material body. I would like to say something upon this, very nicely mentioned by Sachinandan Maharaj. He said that as there was a truce means pact between demons and demigods to churn the ocean of milk. Similarly, although the soul does not need the body, is a fact. But it's not that we commit suicide. Because by committing the suicide or just giving up the body, we cannot attain Krishna. समझ रहे ना मेरी बात? By giving up the body, we don't attain Krishna. We attain Krishna by rendering Shravanam Kirtanam process by which has to be done by the body. So the body has to be taken care so that we can do Shravanam Kirtan process. But and then when we give up, and at the end we give up the body and we go back to God. So we do take care of our health more than even the karmis. More than even the karmis, so that we can serve Krishna nicely. Does it make sense? A very important point. Actually, devotees have to be more regulated. We eat, because one day you eat a little bit differently, finished. Your next day's japa is disturbed. So, we are not the bodies, but we are conscious that we are in the body. So, while we are in this body, although it is useless, but it is very useful when it has connection with Krishna. So, we take care of the bodies. So, while being in the body, we remain conscious of Krishna and serve Krishna. Example very nicely given by acharyas or devotees. Just like we are in the car, so we know that we are not the car, but we are very much conscious that the tire is not punctured, and the diesel is there, the engine is not getting heated, is it not? Otherwise, how will we reach the destination? So it's called best use of the best use of a bad bargain. So somehow that we got this body, but then his body has to be used for Krishna's service, which will help us to become liberated. I'll stop here. I'll just take up the questions if they are here. Okay. In spiritual realm, do our subtle body still remains and then get that spiritual body, or the soul needs to leave subtle body too? Anything in Shrimad Bhagavatam about this? Yes. Jariyatu ashu yah kosho. This kosha, the subtle body, becomes dissolved by the process of bhakti. It's a very nice question, and I will give a very nice example given by the acharyas. Very beautiful example. Do you know coconut? I think all of you must be knowing coconut. Everybody knows coconut. So when the coconut is green, the pulp which is inside is very much attached to the external. This is our situation. But as it is put in the sun, I believe, so then the pulp is there, but it becomes internally detached from the external casing. Similarly, a devotee externally maybe being is in the body, but he becomes slowly internally detached from the body as he practices Krishna consciousness. So for him it is very easy to focus his mind on Krishna when he leaves the body. Makes sense to you? I give an example like Bhishma Dev. It appeared he was having so much trouble of the body, but he very easily remember Krishna. Then Haridas Thakurji, and then so many other devotees, and they're giving up the body. Prabhupada himself, Prahlad Maharaj has not left the body yet. I'm talking about leaving the body. So, and also, yes, Prahlad Maharaj, we cannot say anything about Prahlad Maharaj. We do not know about, he has a spiritual body. It's mentioned as a Nitya Siddha Partial. And Arjuna also like that. So I'm just saying, so the point is the subtle body gets dissolved by bhakti. So in the spiritual world, there is no need for subtle body. Okay? If this gross body is already dead, then how does it grow? Because you eat, and it grows only because of the soul. It's a nice question. Because the soul is there, the body is growing when it is fed and all those things. Once the soul leaves the body, can you keep the body? It immediately begins to decay. Rather, it is decaying. It is constantly decaying, but because of the presence of the soul, it is maintained. I hope it is answering the question. Prabhuji, people who are helping in doing bhakti, if they left us, then why should we not lament, as it will affect our bhakti? We should it is unavoidable to lament for those who have helped us in bhakti and they have left the body, but we don't stop chanting Hare Krishna. And you will slowly realize, especially with sadhus, we are never separated, because their siksha is always there with us. Just like, do you feel connected with Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur? Very much. When we read his commentaries, do you feel connected with Srila Prabhupada? Do you feel that Prabhupada if you actually read Prabhupada books regularly, you will feel how Prabhupada is speaking to you when you read his books. I never feel Prabhupada is dead. What is Prabhupada is just there. Our grandfather is there. Just like this. अभी आप लोग भी सोचते हो ना आपके बच्चे या कुछ grandfather grandson अरे हमारे दादाजी वृंदावन में हैं. So similarly, our source is there. What is the question of Prabhupada dying? There is no question of Prabhupada dying. Prabhupada is in Golok Vrindavan. And Golok Vrindavan is only 1 second away from us. When we leave the body, is think of Prabhupada, think of Krishna, go back to God. आपको लगता है प्रभुपाद मर गए हैं? मेरे को तो कभी नहीं लगता. I never feel Prabhupada is dead. समझ में नहीं, आप लोगों को समझ में नहीं आ रहा है क्या? Do you feel Prabhupada is dead? There is no question of Prabhupada dead. Do you feel Bhakti Santa Thakur is dead? Nothing. Nothing doing. No dead. है ही नहीं कुछ death. We are worshipping here also, but I'm saying Prabhupada is in Golok Vrindavan. And he's also looking at us, what we are doing here. You must remember this. He's helping us. As Prabhupada used to say that my spiritual master is looking at my disciples and very pleased they're distributing his books, they're distributing the books and they are preaching Krishna consciousness. What is this death? You know that Prabhupada was, Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Thakurji came in the dream of Srila Prabhupada and said he takes sannyas. Yes?
Also, Sri Rupa Goswami.
Yeah, Prabhupada had a vision of Srila Rupa Goswami Pad here. No death. This I think many devotees will not know. What is his disciple's name? Hari Shauri, and one more was there. Was a person serving Srila Prabhupada. He gave class another day. He's here. No. Prabhupada. Shrutakirti Prabhu. So Prabhupada was in Radha Damodar and he said, asked Prabhupada, I heard that you were talking to Srila Rupa Goswami. Prabhupada said, who does not know about it? It's just like a simple thing. So can you imagine who is Prabhupada? That's like, as if I ask you, Prabhuji, I've seen you drinking water. What is something special about it? So I was feeling so happy. I don't know what kind of fortune we have that we have some connection with Srila Prabhupada. Okay. It is just by our desires. If just by our desires others will get bhakti, I desire that everybody get Krishna prem. Yes, that's very good. To the extent we are a devotee of Krishna, to that degree our prayers will be effective. But definitely if we pray like this, it's very good. Our Guru Maharaj was saying that we are coming to bhakti because Prabhupada is praying, but we should also do something. Is it not? Like this. Any other questions from devotees in... you have some questions? Oh, okay. So we shall stop here. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Tai Gaur Premanandi.